And welcome back to MPWF Superstars. It is now our main event MPWF fan base. It is tag team action, and here comes the Canadian hero, Tommy Douglas. Born of the Kamloops of Canada, moved to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, trained to be a professional wrestler. Tommy Douglas finds himself here tonight in Spokane, Washington, set for tag team action with Richard Hawkins. And as I said last week on SmackDown when those guys were a part of that 6-man tag team matchup, they look pretty damn well as a tag team together, and tonight, I guess management has decided to throw them together as a tag team and put them in this main event contest. So we'll see how they work together as a tag team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, at MPWF WrestleMania, the opportunity of the Tag Team Championship still exists. And we perhaps could this makeshift tag team of Richard Hawkins and Tommy Douglas challenge for the MPWF Tag Team titles, or will both men be looking at trying to qualify for the MPWF Money in the Bank ladder matchup? There's so many agendas, so many things that could happen leading up to WrestleMania. The question is, what will happen?
Looking back at me,
and this man here, Richard Hawkins, also took part in the MPWF 2010 Royal Rumble, where he was eliminated by the eventual winner, Superstar Craig David. Richard Hawkins had a decent showing in the MPWF Royal Rumble, and he has already made it clear when we spoke to him after the matchup that his next ideal is to be at MPWF WrestleMania as a part of that Money in the Bank ladder matchup. Richard Hawkins says that he would love the opportunity to hold that Money in the Bank briefcase, to be able to cash it in any time in the next year, whenever he chooses, and get a shot at the MPWF Undisputed Championship. You know, he could perhaps be in 2 matches, like we said before. Maybe him and Tommy Douglas could work so well as a tag team together that they end up teaming at WrestleMania and challenging the Natural Disasters for the MPWF Undisputed Tag Team Championships. I mean, somebody needs to do it. The Golf Click Society, we saw they attacked the Natural Disasters. Perhaps they want the championships. You never know. I mean, anything can happen here in the MPWF, as we have seen over the past week, with Mr. Vermongo being released, being fired as general manager of the MPWF, and now has to take on MVP to save his job at MPWF WrestleMania. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, MVP returned on MPWF Raw Episode 9 as a tribute to the troops, and what a return it was for him. If you haven't checked that out yet, ladies and gentlemen, go back, go and watch the return of MVP. Go watch the entire show of MPWF Raw Episode 9. It was one hell of a Raw, and go and tribute our troops by watching that episode. Now, Richard Hawkins here, Spokane, Washington, giving our fans back here in America a great show to watch. And you hear us talk about the WrestleMania motives for the likes of Tommy Douglas, Richard Hawkins, Lemar James Jackson, and Tony Sparxx. But what about the WrestleMania motives for a guy like Tyler Fell? I mean, Tyler Fell took part in the MPWF Royal Rumble 2010, and granted he didn't win, but Tyler Fell, he's also got to be thinking to himself, perhaps he wants a matchup at WrestleMania as well, you mean? Maybe he wants to be a part of the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. Maybe him and Zack Ryder could challenge for the tag team titles. Maybe he could challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship, or the Hardcore Championship, or maybe he could step it up and try and challenge for the YouTube Championship. If Tyler Fell wants to make it here in the MPWF, he's going to really have to push himself and really put himself in the midst of things, and this is a great way to start here tonight in this tag team matchup. And here comes his tag team partner, the majestic Zack Ryder. And Zack Ryder, Long Island's own, he almost got eliminated so fast at the Royal Rumble, it was scary. He managed to hang on and continue in the matchup. And it took 2 men to eliminate Zack Ryder. That's his claim to fame. It took 2 guys, Whisper and Craig David, to throw him over the rope. Zack Ryder's going to be boasting about that, as he has been boasting about that all week so far, since the Royal Rumble. So, I mean, can Zack Ryder, with his newfound strength, from having to be eliminated by 2 guys, can he take that strength of his and win this tag team matchup and go on to WrestleMania? We're about to find out here, as Tyler Fell now starts things off with Tommy Douglas. And Tommy Douglas is pumped here tonight in Spokane, Washington. And Tommy Douglas looking on to Tyler Fell, and Tyler Fell tagging in Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder wants a piece of Tommy Douglas, and there's Zack Ryder there with the fingers up in the air. And now Tommy Douglas with a big clothesline taking down Zack Ryder, and Zack Ryder immediately holds the back of his head. Oh, Tyler Fell with a kick there, trying to take a cheap shot at Tommy Douglas, and Tommy Douglas now has Zack Ryder in a headlock. Zack Ryder twisting away at the wrist, and now twisting again does Zack Ryder. Now Zack Ryder dropping an elbow in the gut of Tommy Douglas. Now what a bulldog takedown there by Zack. Said Zack Ryder was one half of the youngest ever WWE Tag Team Champions in the history of the WWE. Zack Ryder almost won the Hardcore Championship on MPWF Raw Episode 8. And a huge back suplex there by Tyler Fell. Tyler Fell and Zack Ryder finding themselves in control here. Tyler Fell on top of Tommy Douglas, needs to stay on top of him, and Zack Ryder now holding Tommy Douglas. Smart move here. No, Tommy Douglas fights back out now. And an elbow to Zack Ryder, now slapping Tyler Fell in the face. Now a running bulldog takedown there by Tommy Douglas. Tommy Douglas now picking up Tyler Fell. Probably needs to try and make the tag to Richard Hawkins here. Get the fresh man in the match. What a big clothesline there by Douglas. Never mind, Douglas seems to be doing fine by himself. Now Douglas, Irish whip, now sending Tyler Fell into the ropes. Now what a power slam there by Tommy Douglas, driving Tyler Fell spine first into the mat. Now Tommy Douglas going for an Irish whip, sending him right into his corner. Now making the tag to Richard Hawkins. And now here comes Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen. And now here comes a double team between these two into an inverted DDT there. What a move there by Tommy Douglas and Richard Hawkins. And now Hawkins kicking away at the face of Tyler Fell. This is what we're talking about. Tommy Douglas and Richard Hawkins have looked to work very well in the past year. We saw on SmackDown that they did some double team moves with each other, and they look to be perhaps become another tag team here in the MPWF, and out a neckbreaker takedown there by Richard Hawkins. And these guys looking to have a great main event here, looking to perhaps rival the 6-man tag main event we saw at the Tribute to the Truth edition of MPWF Raw. And now, kick to the gut there by Richard Hawkins. And now Hawkins going for a neckbreaker, and now, driving Tyler Fell spine first into his knee. Now Hawkins heading to the top rope, looking to descend on his opponent. The elbow drop off the top, and Tyler Fell moves out the way. Tyler Fell now driving those elbows into the trapezius of Richard Hawkins. Now Tyler Fell picking Hawkins back up. Tyler Fell might not want to make a tag back to Zack Ryder here. Keep the fresh man in. That's what they got to keep doing. Keep Richard Hawkins on the next side of the ring. And now here comes the double team, and Zack Ryder incoming takes down Richard Hawkins. As we talked to earlier in this matchup, Zack Ryder knows exactly what it takes to be a top tag team wrestler, as he is the youngest WWE Tag Team Champion in history, along with Kurt Hawkins. And what a DDT there by Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder watching Richard Hawkins there. Probably doesn't want to do that. Richard Hawkins, former United States Champion. Oh, what an enziguri there by Richard Hawkins, taking down Zack Ryder, sorry. And now Richard Hawkins, Irish whip, now sending Zack Ryder back into the turnbuckle. And now tagging in Tommy Douglas. And now Douglas heading to the top rope, and double axe handle right in the elbow of Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder made a mistake there when he spent too much time showboating. And Zack Ryder's already said here in the MPWF that he will not do what he does in the WWE. He said he will pick up victories here in the MPWF. He picked up a huge 6-man tag victory on SmackDown a couple weeks back. But since then, losing to Marcus Aurelius in that hardcore title matchup, not winning the Royal Rumble, he needs to win this matchup tonight for him and Tyler Fell. And now Tommy Douglas, Irish whip now. And now Tommy Douglas in the corner, and now big clothesline there by Douglas. And Douglas now picking Zack Ryder back up. Thought he was going to go for a cover there. Clothesline almost took Zack Ryder's head off, and you can see more viciousness here in Tommy Douglas. So Tommy Douglas wants to succeed here in the MPWF. Former internet champion, would love to one day become the undisputed champion. And you're going to see Tommy Douglas is pumped here. This crowd in Spokane, Washington, loving Tommy Douglas. And now Douglas shooting around with a waistlock, now twisting away at the wrist of Zack Ryder. And Zack Ryder needs to try and make a tag to Tyler Fell. Get the fresher man back in this matchup, because currently Zack Ryder is not in the best position he wants to be. And look at the strength of Tommy Douglas here, doing squats with a man on his shoulders. Tommy Douglas, nothing but raw power here tonight. And now Douglas going with a waistlock again, twisting away at the wrist of Zack Ryder. And now again, I'll go back for that suplex one more time. He's going to be squatting again. I know Tommy Douglas now with a beautiful suplex there, walking around the ring with Zack Ryder in that perpendicular position. And now Richard Hawkins coming back inside this matchup. And now Hawkins now. Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen, going for the elevated Boston Crab here. Richard Hawkins has yet to come up with a name for it, and I haven't come up with a name for it either. And that high elevated Boston Crab, and Tyler Fell kicking Richard Hawkins in the spine, breaking up the submission. Zack Ryder hanging on there now with the bulldog there by Richard Hawkins. Now Hawkins heading to the top rope, looking to do more damage as he waits for Zack Ryder to get up. And Zack Ryder still struggling here, ladies and gentlemen. Zack Ryder feeling the effects of that Boston Crab. And now Richard Hawkins with a missile dropkick off the top rope, taking down Zack Ryder. Long Island Zone is in trouble. Richard Hawkins picking Ryder back up. And now what a dropkick takedown there. And Zack Ryder falling to his butt. And now Richard Hawkins picking Ryder back up. And now Irish whip. And Zack Ryder running into another atomic drop there by Richard Hawkins. And now Richard Hawkins missing the forearm smash there. Lucky for Zack Ryder, but now Zack Ryder unable to escape. Gets taken down by the Bulldog. Hawkins picking Zack Ryder back up now. And going again for that high elevated Boston Crab here. And Tyler Fell now needs to try and break up the submission here before Zack Ryder grabs the rope. Oh, Zack Ryder does get the rope in time, and Tyler Felt takes a cheap shot at the spine.